See, y'all won't believe this, man. I recorded about 2 episodes. And guess what? My microphone wasn't working properly. My microphone was not working properly, and I'm out here recording for 30 minutes plus twice. Now, if that doesn't make you go ballistic, I don't know what will. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Here I am, still able to record with my breath intact. So, let's get into this. Today, really, what I want to talk about is I don't know if you guys have heard about this gentleman named Billy Carson. I mean, this gentleman, I just ran across this gentleman probably a week ago or less. And he has some very, very fascinating things to say regarding the Bible, God, Jesus, and everything else. Pretty much a lot of the questions that you should be asking yourself, right? The reason why I don't even know how I got connected with this man, but I think it has to do with my journey throughout the years, wanting to discover something beyond what the Bible has taught me all these years, being a Christian, coming from a Christian household, my father being a pastor. So my entire life has been in the church, grew up really strictly, and I'm not talking about your regular churches now. I'm talking about the kind of like, it's almost like a cult kind of following. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, we do extra stuff that your church don't even do. So that's the kind of belief system. So people like us, we are really rooted into what we believe in, and we're very sheltered. We cannot really we cannot go outside of what we've been taught. You cannot seek other knowledge. You have to believe in whoever prophet that was designed for you, or whoever they call their prophet. That is not someone that is not even in the Bible. I'm pretty sure a lot of the denominations have their own kind of prophets, right? I know the Jehovah's Witness got one. Seventh-day Adventists has their own. The Pentecostal, the Baptist, all these people, right? So, yeah, I grew up in that kind of environment. And at the age of 25, 26, 27? 25 to 27. Oh, whatever. I mean, at 25, that's when I started preaching. You know, I started following my father's footstep. And I think 27, that's when I got ordained, I believe, so if I can. Yeah, I got ordained as an assistant pastor. And throughout my ministry, I was really focused on discovering what it means to be a human being, your purpose, and what you ought to do with it while you're here on earth. And that was really my number one message. Why was it this my number one message? Because growing up in the church and being a son of a pastor and being connected with the youth, you know, there's so many things you hear when you go to church and you're like, what are you talking about? Like, bro, I'm trying to get money, man. I need some money. You know, I want to get this job, or I'm trying to achieve this, or I'm going through depression. There's so many things that are going through your mind that is not got nothing to do with the book of Revelation, right? So the disconnect that I was able to experience being within, you know, the congregation. And when I started preaching, I realized that, you know, a lot of these youth don't even listening to what we're saying. Let me tell you something, man. Christianity is kind of slowly dying, right? I believe I looked it up. It says that in the 1960s, they actually by 80, was it 80 or 90%? Yeah, around 1960, about 90% of Americans were prior to be considered Christian or called a Christian. As of 2019, that number went down to 64%. So I'm pretty sure after the pandemic, that shit probably went, what? Need some more. So I started to see that a lot of us are not really connecting in church. We just there because, you know, mom and dad, you know, guys going to church, we believe in spirituality and we don't want to go to hell. So you kind of just go along with it. But that wasn't my case. I've always been the kind of person that just kind of rebellious. I'm only rebellious when the system is not working for everybody, not for just a few people. You get what I mean? When the system works for a few people, oh, you're going to have a problem with me. I'm ready to talk, and my mouth can talk too. That's how I work my way into situations. I talk my way into things, right? The power of the tongue is, man, it's powerful. Yeah, it is. And I believe in that. So I decided that my voice can be a power source, a weapon source to really hit on the things that I believe have been BS all my life. Now, here's the thing, right? When I started preaching and became pastor, many things that came to me were not things that I was, you know what? Ooh, I can't wait till I prove this wrong. No, it was just things which just naturally happening. It's like, yo, I wasn't even looking for this information. Why is this in front of my face? Then I look at it, I'm like, this information makes sense. That's actually information that I do need. But I wasn't seeking for that. I didn't even know what to go to. It keeps coming. And I did not even last 1 year preaching when things just started happening. When I started reading the Bible for myself, with my own thinking, not how I was taught to, I was raised on how to preach and how to talk and what to listen to and what book and reference to go to. I, put all that stuff on the side because things that I wanted to say were not in those books and brochures and whatever that the so-called prophet gave to us. So I'm looking for other knowledge. See, my problem is that why don't people actually want to seek for other knowledge? Like seek for something different than what you already know. You never know what you can add or take away from what you already know. So I was very, very excited. Like, let's go. Let me go look more into things because if I'm going to give a message of hope, take that back, a message, because that's what we've been dealing with, the message of hope. See, it's even stuck in my tongue. I got sick of giving a message of hope. I want a message that can be impactful instantly. I wanted to not speak the message, but actually work the message. How do I explain that? Like, see, we got too many preachers that want to preach and tell you about God, but none of them are actually doing what God is supposed to do. So I felt like, wait a minute, if I'm supposed to be a God and these things are happening and I'm seeing all the problems we have in this world, all the craziness that is happening in this world, why is it that I'm not in a position where I can make an impact? I can change the condition of our world. Like, nobody, see me, I'm seeing them like, well, it seems like it's a free invitation for those that want to participate. And apparently you get to be somebody very, very, very important because I wanted to become important. I want to be important, not for the wrong reason, but because I am sick of seeing the suffering. So I was like, you know what? I want to go fight evil. I want to go fight evil. I want to mess some shit up, man. So what can I do? When I started preaching, my message will focus on just beating down on evil. Like, beat evil down. You know what I'm saying? Because how is it that we live in a world where apparently we're supposed to pray, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. So Jesus' prayer was like, y'all better pray for heaven to come down here because, man, that's what y'all supposed to do. Keep this earth right here like heaven, but y'all are messing this thing up. So when you pray, please just pray that God bring heaven down here on earth because y'all messing this up. When I caught on that, I'm like, ooh, there you go. A lot of this pastor be preaching out there and none of them bringing heaven down to earth. Yeah, they're living in heaven, taking your money, your tithes and offering, which I don't even know where that came from in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Building the church, grouping a bunch of people together, and then you speak to them based on what you want them to hear, and you collect their money, their offering, their hard-working, intangible, assets. You take those, but yet you say God has all these things in heaven. So if God has all these things in heaven, why are you taking these poor people money? Go to your source of funding, right? A provision and receive everything that you desire. Why do we have to come to church, listen to a man tell us about God, but yet God created everything that's around us? I can see in the trees, the bird, the air, the sky. You just name it. God is in everything, even in me. But when it comes to speaking to me, God needs you, a human being just like me, to come speak to me, and he got something to say to me. Does that make sense? So what is it? So God is scared of me? But I'm made in the image of God, like he created them in the image of God. In the image of God created he and male and female, male and female. So if I'm in this image, I'm like a God, but God's gonna need you to come talk to me. What is it that you got that I don't have, that he didn't put in me, for God to say, you know what? I'm just going to go to source myself and just go talk to him. Why? So I've always had a problem with that false claim. Oh, I heard the voice of God in prayer, and God. I said, man, shut the hell up. You ain't hear no God voice. You should own damn voice. Stop lying to these people like that. Because when I started preaching, I saw, look, let me tell you something, man. Some of this stuff is so fake, and then people think you're so spiritual. I've done it. Right? I'm telling you already. Right? Preaching, man, all kind of stuff before I came behind that pulpit, and I'm giving them the word like it's supposed to be, and I'm looking at them like, and y'all is so like, y'all don't even know, like, no, this is not it. I'm making stuff up, and you so spiritual. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is nonsense. And let me tell you something. Wherever you are, your pastor knows that a lot of the things they're telling you is nonsense. I'm telling you, they know. They know. The only thing is that they're not serving the kind of God that you think they're serving. We have to understand that we all are not worshiping the same God, man. And that's the reason why I'm telling, like, I appreciate, like, when I came across Billy Carson, I was like, damn, this man is saying a lot of things that naturally I was thinking about. I'm not knowledgeable as it is. I haven't done no research into a lot of things, but naturally, my mind, everything was telling me that what I was hearing was not complete, and that there was more information out there that actually made sense. So that's the reason why I really enjoy watching a lot of the things that he had to say. I heard a lot of it, and I think it's a time that we all kind of wake up. We have to wake up, man. I'm telling you, it's a time where we have to wake up. He said something that is probably something I've been saying for the past, 1 year now. I say the time of evil is coming to an end. The time that evil has reigned for so long, they have to start running. You know why? Because people like us, like people like Billy Carson, we coming and we talking and we finding information and we recondition the mindset of the people. Now, by all means, this is not for everybody now. I'm not going to say it's for everybody. But there's some sleepers out there. There's some gods out there that need to wake up, because, man, it's going to take us with that God-given ability to fight this evil that we're dealing with. That should make you, like, it should really give you a sense of satisfaction and enjoyment that you wake up every day and you know that you can pound on evilness and they can't do nothing to you. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. You know, they can't do nothing to me. Hey, God said he knew the end before the beginning. He knows the end before the beginning. So I'm pretty sure, this is all in the script. There is going to come one point where a gentleman like Seraphim is going to start opening his mouth and talking a whole lot of nonsense, bringing a lot of light into the darkness, exposing a lot of this nonsense. And I've been speaking about it since I left the church. It is probably one of the hardest journey to take when you go against the church. Woo. When I started asking questions to my father and some of the church elders and, all of these prominent pastors all around the world, I started asking them questions. Okay, hey, how do you answer this? Because I'm seeing this that contradict this and that and that. How do you get those answers? They don't have the answers, man. They don't have the answers because most of them don't even have the knowledge. Because they don't do no research. They're only stuck in what they believe in. But you have to do your own research and work up and know who God is for yourself. How is it that God made you in his image but needs another person to speak to you? That should be the number one red flag right there, and say, Because if God is going to speak to you, I don't know if you're going to translate. If you're going to bring the same message to me, we know how that goes. We understand the power of words manipulation. So God, in all his knowledge and knows bullshit from a distance, is going to pick somebody that can twist his word. So give his word. Do that really take us for that's what sometimes I just sit back after stepping out of the church and I look at the people and I'm like, why every Sunday you so ready and adamant to go to church, to go do what? What you doing? What are y'all doing over there? For me, the church is like-minded people coming together with their resources and talent. And we find a solution in problems that we can develop a solution for. That's to me, that's the congregation. But some of these people are just happy to go to church so you can go listen to good music. And hear my pastor say some few nice words that give you some good sensation, and that's it. That ain't the work of God. Well, that's maybe their God. That's what they want. They want to be praised all the time. That's why they want to become pastors, because they want to be praised just like they're making. That's why they say, give thanks unto me and only worship me, and you shall not worship any other God beside me. Okay, so you have other gods out there. Why are you so worried about us worshiping other gods? What is it that you can give us that somebody's going to give us that we're going to have to leave you? You get what I'm saying? Catch them. You know, they're defective. They're not that perfect. They're not perfect. That's why they're threatening you with things where you can't leave them. It's like a narcissist. Do you know how a narcissist is? When a narcissist wants you for themselves, regardless of if you're having a good time or not, the narcissist wants you around. I say, I don't want to be around. It's free will. So if you backsliding, you said God gave you free will, right? Well, here's my free will. At this moment, I'm thinking the decision to say, you know what? F this, F that. I'm going this way. It's free will. If God already knew this, you know I was going to use that free will. One time. I mean, come on, y'all. Come on. How is it that we don't ask these kind of realistic questions? You know, this thing, it burns a hole in my heart because being an African and see what's happening in Africa and the suffering that we go through. I remember I had a friend that wanted me to give another chance and wanted to express on how certain pastors are doing the right thing and all that. Well, I'm not knocking everybody down. You know, if you do an amazing thing, by all means, great. But I don't think you can do amazing things with the Bible that you got in your hands. It just doesn't make sense. You cannot use something that's designed to do bad to do good with it. That's just the way I look at it. It has to be a whole different knowledge now if you want to change how things work. When I look at what is happening in Africa and seeing the amount of churches that we have and how religious the people are over there, from Muslim to Christianity to just name them. But when we look at the condition of the continent, you have to tell yourself that there is no way that this book that they're holding in their hands, all this religious book, are doing anything for these people. None. How is it that the strongest force, the strongest forces in our world, in our universe, right? God, or creator of all things that they written to you in this Bible, cannot address about 25% of the child molestation and sex trafficking and kidnapping and killing and murder and wars and all kinds of filthy things and pedophiles and I mean, you just name them, right? You just name it. It keeps getting worse and worse and worse. But you go to church every Sunday, you go pray for what? You know, that's what I want to know. What are you praying for? Prayer is going to do what? So you're going to tell me you've been praying for all these shit, so basically God don't pay attention then. So God is doing something else. They're going to say, no. And look, the reason why you want God to help you so much is because you don't want to do no work, right? Because, I mean, the reason why I go against this belief system is that even in that Bible, it says, for you are able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all that you can ask, think, imagine, according to the power that's in you. So if God put a power in you, is talking to you that is going to need somebody else, why is it that she needs to be begging? You begging God to do something when the power is within you to make that change happen. This is what I'm trying to tell these people, that if you get to that level, you will not need your pastor. You will not need the church. And that's the reason why if they don't have you in the pews, they can't make money. If they don't have you in the pews, they can't make money. Now, if they give you a message of deliverance, really, and I hope you will eventually be delivered and get the hell on. You should be like, I can do my own thing. You graduated, now you're on the real field. Most of these Christians have been going to church all their lives, and they have yet to step foot on the field to do anything. Bro, like, how? How? That's what I'm saying. How you been going to church all your life? You ain't graduated yet. You still begging God for stuff. You didn't invest it all these years. Your tithes and offering, and you still go to church. God, you a beggar. You begging. You broke. You begging. That's what they. This is the kind of God that wants you to worship, because that's the way they do their things. Where we from, right? The kind of power that's in us, the mindset, the mentality that's in us, is to see a world where we all are benefiting equally. We all living a life full of purpose equally. There is not one person that is above anybody. Doesn't matter what kind of knowledge you have. Why can't we get to that kind of world? And you keep praying to me about going to heaven. See, they are so caught up into living the perfect life so they can make it to heaven, but they still can't live that perfect life. So there's a lot of resentment. But they hide it because, you've been sold a place where, and none of them been there. So that's the reason why I listen to Billy Carson exposing the lies that have been told for generation upon generation. It gives me a lot of hope, because the time of evil is coming to an end. I'm telling you, man, that should be our motto. Evil is coming to an end. I'm about to have a hat. That's it. Evil coming to an end, or end evil. Right? T-shirt that says end evil. Your days are over, and we have to be the front runner of the people, the agents of change that brought this thing to happen. Be part of it. Be part of history. Make yourself something better. That's how I'm challenging you. You have a whole different new wave. This is the new wave. The wave of change. 2024 is a new. I don't think people understand it's a wave of revolution. A lot of things are changing, and you want to be part of it so that your name can be in that history book. That's how I feel. Ooh, it's hot in here. Yeah, that's how I feel. So when I get on here to speak about this thing, I've been speaking about this thing for years. But now I'm bringing this online, right? Let the whole world hear. We have people out there in position to give us so much information and knowledge to continue on the journey. And I'm making this my entire life mission, to speak against the evil that has been happening in front of us for all these years. Why do we keep letting it happen? Why? There has to be something brand new to bring some sort of light in this world. And I want to be part of it. Because what they're offering out there has not done anything but cause war, destruction, killing, depression, anxieties, sickness. You just name it. Name. But yeah, they've been holding that Bible for thousands of years. It's crazy. Really, really crazy. But, hey, you heard it here first. Evil is coming to an end. And I'm part of it. I'm going to be one of the people that is going to be part of the agents of change that brought evil to his knees. It is what it is. You got to pick side. And I love it too. And that's why I want to be. And I want to challenge anybody out there. Y'all, come on now. Come on. Let's go to work. They've been talking about God is coming soon. God is coming soon. God is coming soon. But they see taking your money every Sunday about God is coming soon. If God is coming soon, you're going to have all the money over there in heaven. Why you taking that money? But God is coming soon, man. God is coming soon, but they keep taking your tithes and offering every Sunday. The pastor is still living in your big-ass mansion, driving the nicest car, private jets. You just name it. They got security with guns. They look like celebrities. Like some of these pastors, you can't even touch them. They made themselves a God to you. See how they church you? They made themselves a God to you, and then you worship them. I know some people that worship the pastor more than anything. See, some people even got more. I know some couples, man, that respect their pastors more than they respect their partners. Yeah. And this pastor now become all pumped, they're all really big shoulder up, and they really think they're all that now. They tricked your ass, boy. They tricking you. There is not a pastor out there. I don't care what your pastor is doing, and you telling me that he doesn't know that a lot of the stuff in the Bible just doesn't make sense. You can't tell me your pastor don't know that. He do know that, right? He does, but he just does. Because if the truth comes out, the money cannot be made. Because why would you be in that congregation? To do what? You be out there doing some amazing things. Yo, no, I ain't got time to be here every Sunday to come. And what? God wants me to be doing something out there so I can be changing the lives of people that don't even know God is doing amazing things. You know what I'm saying? That's what we ought to be doing. But they don't want you to do that, because if you do that, then they're not going to be that relevant. They have no status. They are nobody. They're nothing but a bunch of narcissists, just like what they believe in. Their God is a narcissist. You shall not worship any other God beside me. Well, shit, there are other gods out there. If they're doing something better than you best believe I'm jumping ship. You know what I'm saying? They're saying things like that. What are you worried about me going to somebody else for if your stuff is good? That's how they think. They don't want you to go to no other church. It's just be here. I mean, it's nothing but division and chaos and all kind of things to prevent you from actually doing some real things on this earth. We're going to be talking about all the nonsense. See, we should be comfortable talking about all the nonsense from the church. There ain't nobody. Nobody's off limits. No, nobody's off limit. Everybody gets talked about. 2024, everybody gets talked about. And I'm making this my mission to go after all these different people out there that think that they can keep on giving us this false message of God this, God that, but they ain't doing nothing godly anywhere on this planet Earth. That's my problem. If you're going to talk to me about God, you better do some God-given work. You better be changing people's lives. You better be creating industry. I'm not talking about you giving bicycles to kids or you give money to the poor people that ain't doing nothing. No. It is not about giving your tiny little resources. No, we're talking about transforming people to repent, which means change their mindset for them to tap in the God-given ability so they can become whole for themselves. No, these people want everybody else to be at the bottom while they're on the top, and then they give you the breadcrumb. It's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. The story of Lazarus and the rich man, that's what it is. They want you down there, even at your lowest, and they want to give you, crumbs to say that they're doing something. Oh, we're doing charity work over here. We're doing this over here. Y'all ain't doing nothing. I done that. Sure, I was able to put in a whole charity event in Ghana. What, 2019? Yeah, 2018, December 31st. Fed 300 kids and clothed them in a big ass place with no funds, just donation that I was within a week. Just make phone calls, man. Hey, man, we want to feed these people December 31st, man. Let's get something back. I had everybody involved in that. I got everybody involved in the whole event. Friends, just donation. And once come out there and help me give some of these people. We done that, but still wasn't enough for me. I even got recognized by people in the government, and then they speak to me, and I was like, yes, what I did was great. Yeah, the kids were happy, music, food, clothes, but that's not enough. That ain't gonna do nothing. So what do you think we should do? We should find a way where they don't have to ask for clothes and food the next day, which means create the avenues, open the doors where they can do the same thing for themselves. Educate them, transform them, give them the resources. That's what I'm talking about. I'm doing that. Got to farm the Ivory Coast, employ people, let them live, work on that farm like it's theirs. They wake up every single day done. They got a purpose. What, throughout their whole life, they had what's the word I'm looking for? They have no hope. You know how hard it is in Africa. One over there, see what I can do. So if one person can do that, that's why I'm asking the church, what y'all doing with all this money? Do you know that every single year, almost about $11 billion comes in as tithes and offerings in the United States alone? We're not talking about donation. We're talking about the tithes and offering. We're not even talking about donation that comes in. $11 billion every single year. You know what? Do you know what? Do y'all know where most of this money going to? Yeah. It goes into real estate. Church real estate. They're getting all these loans and they're accumulating real estate. They're spending money on high-end equipment for the church. And these are the things that God made God please. I mean, so God hasn't had enough musicians and instruments around the whole world with all these different churches. God needs more. Yeah. We're doing it for the work of God. No, you're doing it for your own ego. That's what you people have to understand. That these people have their own selfish interest to be somebody that they're not. So they will manipulate you because they ain't got nothing else. They will manipulate you in order for them to become something, a God to you. You're giving them all your resources. That's a God to you. You listen to their instructions, everything. That's a God to you. Now, we're supposed to shut up, right? Don't say nothing about that. Oh, find something to talk about. I ain't got nothing else to talk about. Because there's so much happening, especially in Africa. It's the saddest thing ever, man. Look, come on, y'all. But by now, you would think that these people, we say, you know what? Screw that. This ain't work for us and for a generation. Take y'all shit and get out of here. We're going to do something different. But no, for some reason, the kind of power that's over these people have made them so dormant to the point that they cannot even speak for themselves. They cannot reason anymore. They cannot think critically anymore. That is not God. That is not the creation of God. God wants you to be a critical thinker, wants you to ask questions and dig for information and become knowledgeable. Now, if you have all of this, you will need them. So all the conditioning that they have done, we're coming here to do the unconditioning. Yeah. That's what I'm doing, and I'm just super excited about it. I wake up every single day, I think about what can I say to these people. It's not even what I don't even think. There's so much in here, I just don't know what to bring out first. Yeah, the time of evil is coming to an end. You reign. We watch you. You reign. We watch you, but not. The time has come where, you know what I'm saying, the table got to be turned because we're coming after you. And I'm telling you, I'm coming after evil, and I'm going to beat on that. See, I don't think people understand how serious this is to me and what is it that I mean. Like those that actually do know me and have, hung around me for long enough to understand that there's nothing else that gives surfing any kind of drive, passion by when it comes to talking about the evil of the church. Yeah. I get with the government later, but right now the church is where I'm at because that's where I got my most experience at. I do know them in and out. There is not one pastor right now in your life. I don't care where you are. Your pastor, you can invite your pastor to come sit right in front of me here, and I want to have a conversation with your pastor. And I want your pastor to rebuttal anything that I ask him. For instance, you know what? You consider yourself a pastor. Okay, what is your ultimate goal to become a pastor? What is your ultimate goal after? What are you supposed to achieve becoming this thing that you say you're supposed to be? Okay, so if you ought to be like Christ, that your ultimate goal is to be as perfect like your Christ is in heaven. You show me any part of your life right now that is doing anything that is Christ-like. I'm not even talking about you healing the sick or say, let your pastor go inside one of them, hospital and go live. That's way too hard. Ooh, no. They can't do that. Hey, I'm yet to see one pastor since I've been born on this planet Earth that was able to go into a hospital with cameras and say, y'all follow me. We about to go in here and we about to heal every single sick person in this place. Where they at? In Africa, they got pastors selling holy water. They're selling holy water, regular water in a bottle, and they're selling it. To say that's going to give you your healing. So God wants to heal you, but before God heals you, you got to buy this water that he created for free. And you got to... I cannot speak about this thing. It makes me go do. And then you got people like TB Joshua selling water in a bottle to people. And then people will flood and buying these things. And you sit there and you're like, what in the world is going on? If these people have not been bewitched, it's witchcraft. Witchcraft ain't nothing but making sure somebody becomes so ignorant that you can manipulate them in any kind of way. That's what witchcraft is, man. They make you stupid. Well, you can be manipulated. That's what it is. That's what it is. But it doesn't work on some of us, though. No, it doesn't work on some of us. Ooh, I've been going on for a good 35 minutes, huh? Just talking about these people. This time I stream live. I'm gonna have somebody here with me, and we're gonna have a little conversation about some of the things that we're talking about here. But hey, that's pretty much what I have for y'all today, man. Unspoken with Surfing. I'm gonna keep going, speaking about the things that are not comfortable for a lot of people. But I'm the chosen one to speak about them with no regard for anybody's feelings. When anybody says so, I don't care. It is what it is. There you go. I'm checking out. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Stay blessed.